Manchester United away at Blackburn in the FA Cup, an away tie. Really would have preferred a home tie. They're so much easier against Championship opposition when they're at home, but they're down the foot of the Championship. We played two Championship teams already in the FA Cup this season. Wigan, who were in a bad situation, and Reading, who were nearer the top, and we beat them both comfortably 4-0. So I'm confident going into this game. We're in confident mood at the moment. We won the last two games, both at Old Trafford, in two different competitions, one Premier League and one Europa League. So we haven't got a Premier League game for a while, but I would expect Jose Mourinho to be ringing the changes for this game, with a lot of games coming up. After the game against St Etienne, he did say that he would be putting out a strong team in the second leg, which I don't really see we need to put a full strength team. It might just be mind games from Jose Mourinho. But with no Premier League game for a while, because we've got the League Cup final on the following Sunday, he's got to manage his squad well. This is where Jose Mourinho really gets paid his money. Because if he cocks up the team selection at any point, it could cost Manchester United dearly. And it is really difficult to know which players to pick week in, week out, with a fairly big squad to pick from for Manchester United. We're in all the competitions, so it's really difficult. That's why I would not like to be a manager, having to make these really tough decisions. But I would expect Jose Mourinho to make a lot of changes for this one. But the next game is on Wednesday, so we will have a while before the League Cup final, because that's not till Sunday. So we'll get the extra day to rest next week for that final. But I wouldn't really expect Zlatan to play. We certainly won't. I wouldn't expect him to play in this one, maybe on the bench. I would expect maybe David Hare will come back in goal. We will have to see what happens there. Romero didn't let a goal in again, hasn't let many goals in, only one penalty I think this season, so he could stick with him in goal, but I can't see David Hare not playing in both these coming up games, so we will have to wait and see. It's going to be a toss up between either. I don't really mind who's in goal for the game. The fullbacks have got to be changed for me. Luke Shaw's got to get some form of game time. Hasn't played nowhere near enough game time lately. I know Jose Mourinho is utilising his squad and has to play him at some point, because he's got to get some game time. If he's not playing in this, he's going to have to start playing in the under-23s to get some form of game fitness, because there is no point just training, because if Manchester United have any sort of injury problems, we're going to need these type of players to step up to the plate, because we've got so many games. There could potentially be some injuries to come later in the season. So I would hope Luke Shaw plays at left back, then right back. I would hope Fosu Mensah plays there. Hopefully it's not Ashley Young. Then we will have to wait and see on what the injury situation is, but I'd hope Rojo and Phil Jones can come in there. Maybe Tuanzebe can play. We will have to wait and see, but I would expect probably Tuanzebe to be on the bench if he's called upon at all in this game. But remember, this game is away from home, so we probably won't swat these aside like we did in the previous two games. We will have to wait and see. We could do. We'll have to wait and see. Now, it depends what sort of formation he goes for. Bastian Schweinsteiger will most likely be in midfield. Probably, I don't know if Carrick's fit or whether he hasn't played a lot of football lately. We will have to wait and see whether he plays Carrick and Bastian Schweinsteiger. I wouldn't really think he'd play two, but then we've got Herrera. Herrera won't be able to play in the Europa League, so he could potentially be in there. But if he was to go for, say, Bastian Schweinsteiger and Herrera in midfield, he might choose to go with Wayne Rooney in the number 10 if Wayne Rooney's fit. Apparently he had some sort of slight injury for this St Etienne game. I don't know what was wrong. He was on the bench for the weekend against Watford, so I don't know. But Mkhitaryan will probably come back in as well. Was rested for that St Etienne game. Then on the other hand side, we will have to wait and see if it's Lingard or Ashley Young might even get a shout out there, because I would expect him to probably go with Rashford up front, and I wouldn't expect him to go with Martial out there again, but Martial has been on the bench and that a lot this season, and he's only young, so he could probably do with starting another game, getting this consistency going, flowing. If he can keep up this form from now till the end of the season, we could actually have a fantastic end to the season. So I wouldn't be too, well, wouldn't be too shocked if he does start anyway, because he was good again against St Etienne, but he might make one of, probably won't be that lineup, but probably be a similar sort of team to that. I mean, we probably won't see the likes of Tuanzebe given a lot of game time between now and the end of the season, but depending on who we get in the cups, there's a lot of Premier League teams, all the Premier League teams have got lower league opposition in this, so probably a lot of the lower league oppositions will be out after this round. So this is really our last chance to rest any key players, because if we get a tough team in the next round, he's probably going to put out a stronger lineup, because we don't really want to get knocked out of the FA Cup just yet, because it could still potentially be the only thing that Manchester United could win. I know we're in all the four things. We're not going to win the Premier League, and the Europa League is going to be hard, and the League Cup finals a toss up on the day. We will have to wait and see, but I'm expecting Manchester United to get the job done in this game. You wouldn't be expecting too much trouble from Blackburn. They're right near the foot of the table. I don't even know if they're going to put a full strength lineup out. We'll have to wait and see, because they're probably just trying to stay up in the Championship, and to be honest, I don't know if they're probably that confident going into this game that they can get a victory, but I'm hoping Manchester United can get the job done. I'm going to go in this game for a 2-0 scoreline. I think it will be a lot more difficult than the games at home. In them other games, like the Reading one, we got an early goal, which really did, I think it really did help Manchester United. In the second one against Wigan, we struggled to break them down, and it was that goal just before half time which really got us going. If we can get an early goal or something, then their heads may drop, because they're right near the foot of the table, and hopefully then Manchester United can beat them fairly easy. I'm hoping if we were to play, say, Martial and Lingard and Rashford in them forward positions, that would be so frightening, because watching it against St Etienne in that second half when they tired out, if we could show that at any point in the second half of this game, then it would probably cause Blackburn all sorts of problems. Because when you're playing against these teams that you should on paper be beating comfortably, that second half is really key, and that's where a lot of them teams run out of steam. And Manchester United have got so much pace in their attack with them three players when they're on the pitch. It's frightening, and it can cause a lot of teams problems, certainly them sort of teams when they tire towards the end of the games. We just didn't see enough pace in the team before in the last previous seasons, even though we've now got some quick players. You know, Rashford wasn't in the team before, and Jesse Lingard and that were just coming into the team, and Martial. So before that, we didn't really have a great deal of pace in the team. You're looking at the likes of Mata. Rooney certainly slowed down as the years have progressed. I'm not saying he's the most quickest. He's not Rashford quick. He never has been, but he has definitely slowed down. So if we can get quick in our attack again, like we did in that second half against St Etienne, then I think we can win this quite comfortably. Anyway, make sure to like the video. Let me know your thoughts and your score predictions in the comment section below. Hopefully we can get through to the next round of the FA Cup. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See you.